Hey, you sick of going to Starbucks and spending all your hard-earned money on pumpkin spice chai tea lattes? Are you sick of pumpkin being a seasonal food that you can only eat on Thanksgiving or Easter? Well, guess what? I've got a pumpkin spice chai tea latte that tastes so good if there was only one left in the world, the Queen Elizabeth herself would kick Charles and the family jewels just to get herself one. You're about to see the pumpkin spice chai tea latte. 2 different ways. Let's do it. Step 1, grab yourself a small pot. Step 2, grab yourself a couple slices of ginger. Step 3, put the 2 slices of ginger in the pot. Step 4, put 3 cups of almond milk or the milk substitute of your choice into the pot. Step 5, place directly onto a stove, medium heat, bring to a boil, stirring frequently, not with your finger. Step 6. Once your milk mixture has come to a boil on the stove, remove it from the heat and add a heaping 1/4 cup of pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie filling, pumpkin puree, and 3 chai tea bags to the milk mixture and let it steep for 10 minutes. Step 7. Make this spice mixture, whisk vigorously into the milk. Step 8, add a 1/4 cup of maple syrup to the mix. Step 9, put it back on the stove once you've added your maple syrup and your spice mixture in there and you've whisked it vigorously like I mentioned to. We're just gonna heat the mixture back up and then we're gonna serve it. For step number 10, add the drink to your favorite mug. Grab yourself some coconut whipped cream like I've got here. Top it off. Then add a pinch of nutmeg on the top. And there you have it. That's the first way to make this chai tea latte, which is the long way. The second way is going to be using the one and only Vitamix machine. Well, I guess better spend some time drinking it, otherwise you're going to think it sucks, so bottoms up. I can almost see the Queen kicking Prince Charles in his groin just to have a sip. Alright, so part 2, we're going to try the same drink in the Vitamix machine, and the reason that this is going to work without using a stove is because 1, the blade spins so fast in this machine that it actually creates friction heat without even using a heating element. Just by the blade spinning and rubbing up against the food, it's going to create enough heat to actually bring this almost to a boiling point. In fact, you could run it long enough and get it to boiling point in here. What we're going to do first, we're going to put in all of our spice mixture, little chunk of ginger, 2 cups of the almond milk instead of 3. Then we're gonna boil some water, steep our tea, add that in. We're gonna start off, here's the beauty. With a Vitamix machine, it's got all the measurements of cups and ounces along the side of the container. Mine is very worn, so because I use it a lot, but I can still see what I'm doing. So grab your almond milk, put it up to that 2 cup mark. Your maple syrup, put it up to the 1/4 cup. There's another little notch right above the 2 cup mark. You put it up to the 1/4 cup now. I cut off 1 little slice of ginger. Gonna chuck that in there too. Don't worry, the machine's gonna spin so fast you're not even gonna notice the ginger's in there except for the flavor of it. But I only used 1 little slice. Too much of anything in this machine is gonna make it too much like that one thing. So a little bit of this, a little bit of that makes it good. Our spice mixture, like I mentioned before, like we did on the first try, it's gonna be dumped in there. Our tea is pretty well steeped. Let's pour it in and then start the machine going. Let's remove the tea bags here. Squeeze them out. Ow! Why do I do that? Chai tea's going in. Nice and hot, just like that. Make sure the lid's on nice and tight, or else you'll decorate the ceiling. Let's turn it on. Make sure this is high speed. Has to be high speed, otherwise it will not create enough friction to heat anything up. So how you start this, start on low speed, put your dial down to number 1, Turn it on up to number 10, then flip it up on high. And then you're gonna run the machine for about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how hot you want it to be. And I'll show you what the result is right after this. That was about 3-4 minutes. Didn't take as long as I thought just because I put in hot water in there to begin with. You don't have to use hot water, but you gotta steep the tea somehow, so you gotta use hot water. Either way, you get the idea, right? Nice and hot. Without a stove, didn't burn the milk. Do yourself a favor, never keep this on top of the machine without the lid on, because if you accidentally turn on the machine, boom! Everywhere. Let me tell you, no fun to clean up. Take it off. Let's pour it into a glass and see how she came out. Smells just as good. If you want some of that foam, just scoop it out on top. And then what we're gonna do, gotta add some coconut whipped cream to it because we're fancy. Oh, great. Not a whole lot of that left. And then the last thing you're gonna do is you're just gonna tap, tap, tap-a-roo with some nutmeg and make it look pretty. It's as simple as that. That just about wraps it up for me here. Thanks so much for coming by. If you like what you saw here, smash that like button. If you wanna see more videos just like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss anything. I'm Brian, thanks for coming to my kitchen. You stay classy.